From the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, we welcome you to RIT SportsZone's live coverage of Tiger hockey. And for the first time in 3 weeks, Sean Cameron and the RIT Tigers are back on home ice as they officially enter the stretch run of the regular season. Tonight, it's the first of a crucial two-game Atlantic Hockey Series between the fourth-place Tigers and fifth-place Bentley Falcons, who will look to pull even in the standings with RIT with a win here tonight. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT SportsZone Pregame Live. Well, the last time we saw you in this place, it was in a frenzy after RIT had just completed a comeback for the ages, erasing a 3-goal third-period deficit with 4 goals in the span of just over 3 minutes to complete a sweep of Canisius, a victory that has these Tigers rolling as they enter tonight's matchup unbeaten in 5 of their last 6. Last Saturday night, they were going for the sweep of Robert Morris. In the first, Jake Hammaker nets his 6th on the season. It was 1-1 after 1. Second period, Tigers up 2-1, and they added to the lead as Hammaker gets his 2nd of the night, 7th on the year. RIT 3-1 in front with 8:48 left in the second period, but the Colonials answered. Daniel Metenuto scores. Tigers led by 1 as they were heading to the third. It stayed that way until late in the third, under 2 minutes to play. Aiden Spellacy scores the backhander to tie us at 3 and force overtime. And after a scoreless first overtime session, it's 3-on-3 now for the extra point in the Atlantic Hockey standings. And Robert Morris steals it as Nick Perkusic scores with 43 seconds remaining. Colonials get 2 out of a possible 3 points. So officially, it ends a 3-3 tie last Saturday night between Robert Morris and RIT. Robert Morris getting 2 points, RIT getting 1. For Jake Hammaker, he snapped an 11-game goalless streak with 2 goals on the night as Jordan Peacock recorded his first on the season. How about freshman Ryan Nicholson finishing with a career-high 3 assists. Joined now by the head coach of the RIT Tigers, Wayne Wilson. Good to see you after a couple weeks away. Your team playing really well over the last few weeks, unbeaten in 5 of your last 6. How do you feel about this team heading into the stretch run?
Well, we feel good just because it's just so hard to get points. No matter who you're playing, where you're playing, it's just really difficult. We had a stretch on the road there the last 2 weekends, and to come out with more points than our opponents is a tough task and something that a good sense of accomplishment. Now we've got a string at home, 5 of 6, and we've got to take advantage of that. But like I said, whether you're home or away, you've got to get points. And we're looking at these as mini-series. So another series coming up with Bentley here, and we've got to get at least 4 points out of a possible 6 like we did against Robert Morris.
I mentioned the contributions of freshman Ryan Nicholson last weekend at RMU, but you've gotten tremendous contributions from all your freshmen really this year. Has that been a pleasant surprise?
Yeah, it is, because it's unexpected a little bit, because, you know, you have hope for them, and they could be playing well but not getting points, and they get frustrated. It's not like when they're playing junior hockey where points were easy to come by. It's a little bit more difficult for them, but they've all really contributed. They're coming into their own. I guess you wouldn't consider them freshmen anymore now that you're closing in on having 30 games under your belt, so now they've got to contribute just like everyone else. The expectations from them are greater, but our balance is outstanding, and we never know where we're going to get it from. The certain teams, obviously like Bentley here as well, have some big lines. We have spread out throughout our lineup, and we like the way we look.
Last time you were in this building, fans are still talking about it. I know you've been past it, but that Canisius comeback, that third period, arguably one of the best games in this building since you've played here. What can that do for this team? What has it done for this team? Is that a turning point in your season?
Well, that was certainly exciting, and I think it was slightly. I think it was a good, boost as we went on to the road and everything else. It was a great game in that we came back and won it, but it didn't look like it was such a great game when there was 8 minutes left in the game.
Sure.
So, but all those type of things is you never know, and we stayed really positive, and there was a calming effect between the second and third that I think there's really no yelling or screaming. It was just, let's get one, get these fans. We had a great crowd, get the fans behind us, and we got to really use that as not only motivation, but uses that as a boost when you go through difficult stretches in a game, and you're always going to have them. Every team's going to present problems, and we've got to get through those unscathed and then get some momentum and confidence as you go through the game.
You talked about presenting problems, other teams. What does Bentley present here tonight?
Well, I think they're a really good team. I think that maybe they probably think they've probably underachieved a little bit to a certain degree They had such a strong season last year. They got off to such a slow start this year, and they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole, and they're on a bit of a roll themselves right now. So, I like their top two lines have been really strong for them, and really solid defensively, well coached. Different style. We'll see how they play tonight. I thought they really came at us last year in their building. We're anticipating that again here tonight, but you never know when they're on the road how they're going to react. So we've just got to kind of still worry about ourselves here and really get going with a good start here and have a good push and get everyone going here and good habits. Yeah. That's what it is about this time of year. You're introducing a lot to young guys and all that, and not everyone's quite in sync. At this time of year, you've got to be in sync as you're going through these last 6 games before the playoffs, and we're fighting for points, fighting to move up in the standings as much as we possibly can, and we're excited about the challenge, and every weekend's a challenge, and like I said, this weekend's no different. We're trying to get a minimum of 4 out of 6 points here as we move forward.
Well, it's an exciting weekend, big game for both teams, and we're looking forward to it. We appreciate your time. Best of luck here tonight.
Yep, thanks so much for having me.
All right, Coach Wilson joining us here on Pregame Live. 3 weeks left. He talked about it. Let's take a look at the latest standings in Atlantic hockey. AIC has won 7 straight as they sit on top with 49 points, just 3 ahead of nationally ranked Sacred Heart. And, of course, Army third, 2 points ahead of RIT. Top 4 earned the first round bye in next month's playoffs. Just 9 points separate 4th and 10th at the moment. So things are certainly tight. With that in mind, there's no question, as we talked about it, this weekend series between RIT and Bentley is the biggest on the conference schedule when you look at where these two teams are in the standings, and especially considering Bentley only has 4 games remaining on their schedule starting this evening. The Falcons were out on the ice at the Policini Center this morning. Oh, they've caught fire the last few weeks with sweeps over Mercyhurst, Niagara, and a 1-game victory over Army. Now the Falcons have arrived in Rochester, peaking at the right time, and head coach Ryan Soderquist knows this is a pivotal weekend for his team if they hope to earn a first-round bye again this year.
Yeah, I like where we're at right now. I think our locker room is in a good state. I think they've gained a lot of confidence in each other over the course of the last month. I thought we battled some pretty hard adversity in the middle stretch of the season where we had played some really good games and came out on the wrong side. But again, our leadership stuck the group together, and for that, I think we're going to be better down the stretch.
In 5th place right now, how important is that first round bye come playoff time?
Yeah, first round bye historically has been obviously really important in terms of being able to get some rest. For us this year, we actually have a bye weekend next weekend, so in terms of getting some rest, we will get some rest next weekend. I think the league's tight enough that you may possibly see, a 6, 7, 8 squad going on to represent the league and the NCAA tournament. I think the league is just that close. Bye versus not getting the bye, I think it's just playing your best hockey at the right time.
Yeah, they're playing their best hockey right now, as is RIT. Should be a good one here tonight. We're so glad you're with us. Well, still to come on the program, RIT faced off against Penn State in women's hockey this afternoon. Highlights are on the way, plus the 2010 Frozen Four team reunited on campus last month. We'll share their memories from that magical ride to the Motor City. But first, he's one of the Tigers' top scorers this season, and he's only a freshman. Number 16 is Elijah Gonzalez, the Scarborough, Ontario native. Will join the program live next as our coverage of Tiger hockey continues live from the Gene Policini Center. RIT and Bentley at 7:05. This is RIT SportsZone Pregame Live. Back here live at the Gene Policini Center, where it's free ticket Friday for RIT students, as well as a whiteout night as the Tigers face Bentley in a pivotal game that will impact playoff positioning. Elsewhere in Atlantic hockey tonight, Army is at last place Mercyhurst. Robert Morris visiting Holy Cross. AIC looking to extend its winning streak to 8 at Canisius, while also hoping to increase its lead over Idle Sacred Heart atop the league standings. Non-conference action tonight, Air Force visiting Colorado College. 9:35 face-off. Of course, those two meet on President's Day outside for a nice game on President's Day on Monday out in Colorado. Should be fun in the net for RIT tonight. will be number 30, Logan Drackett. Drackett had 35 saves in last Saturday night's 3-3 tie at Robert Morris. It was his 9th 30-plus save game of the season. The Calgary native is now 13-9-3 on the year with a 2.86 goals against average. As for Bentley, they've been splitting time between a senior and a sophomore. Tonight, Ryan Soderquist is going to go with the sophomore, number 34, Fraser Kirk, who is 8-3-1 on the year with a 2.21 goals against average. He's won the last 3 outings he's played in for the Falcons. The Tigers, who ranked 10th nationally with 95 goals this season, will look to test the Bentley netminder here tonight. One of the top goal scorers on this year's RIT squad will be looking to contribute in a big way again here tonight, and that is freshman Elijah Gonzalez. He's standing by live now with our Kim Coffey.
All right, come on up here, come on.
And they're ready now. Kimmy?
Elijah, we've seen your role grow offensively a ton this season, especially in the second half of the season. You got back-to-back Atlantic Hockey Rookie of the Week honors. Where does that confidence come from as the season's gone on?
Honestly, just like sticking to what the coach has been telling me all year, sticking to my game, working hard in practice, after practice, before watching video. It's honestly just coming together really well for me. I don't really know what to say.
Bentley is 6-0 here at the Gene Policini Center. What is it going to take for you guys to break their streak here tonight?
You know, we just got to use the energy off the crowd tonight. You know, it's going to be a very big night. It's a whiteout, so hopefully use their energy, work hard, stick to our game plan, and it should be good for us.
And I'm sorry, you just totally threw me off here. And now that you're at this point in the season, how closely have you guys been paying attention to the standings at this point, now that we're in the home stretch?
You know, we pay attention to it pretty closely, but I mean, we know what it's at stake every night. Every game's a playoff game from here on out, so every game we're just trying to get as many points as we can, and that's really the goal every night, not really paying too much attention to it.
Elijah, thanks so much. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Kevin?
All right, Kim, thank you so much. Meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team was back on home ice this afternoon looking to snap a 7-game winless streak while also hoping to pull themselves out of the basement in the College Hockey America standings. Tigers taking on Penn State here at the Coliseum. First period, RIT jumped on the Nittany Lions early, already up 1. On the rush, Hunter Barnett gets her second goal of the day, shorthanded. Tigers led 2-1 after 1, but Penn State would get it even on the power play in the second period. Brooke Madsen would score Penn State's second power play goal of the day. It was 2-2. RIT got a power play of its own just over 2 minutes later, though, and it's Ellie Larson putting the Tigers in front with her second goal of the year. 3-2 Tigers after 2. Nearing the midway point of the third, Tigers seal it on the rush. Hunter Barnett, no. Rachel Goff there for the rebound. Barnett had 2 goals, 2 assists. Tigers snapped that 7-game winless skid, winning 4-2. Same 2 teams here at the Coliseum tomorrow at noon. College basketball tonight, Liberty League action. Both the RIT men and women on the road at Bard. The women in control late in the fourth quarter, 64-43. The men will tip off at 7:30, about 45 minutes from now. Meanwhile, the men's lacrosse season upon us as the 4th-ranked RIT Tigers open the year tomorrow afternoon here on campus against Ohio Wesleyan. RIT SportsZone's live coverage of Tiger lacrosse begins at 1 o'clock on RITathletics.com. Well, last month, RIT marked the 10th anniversary of the Tigers' run to the 2010 Frozen Four in Detroit. 20 members of that squad returned to campus for the reunion. They're the team responsible for putting this program on the national map in just its 5th season at the Division I level. And while a decade has now passed, to these former players, it all still seems like yesterday.
The Cinderella story of the tournament so far, the Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. They're going dancing to the Frozen Four in Detroit.
Beyond expectation, beyond your wildest dreams, would probably be the easiest way to describe it in my mind. Yeah, that was something I'll never forget, the police escort in and the bus shaking, and I show that video sometimes to the friends as well. But that was one of the most exciting nights of my entire life.
A decade after stunning the college hockey world, the 2010 Tigers reunited in the house they helped build to take a skate down memory lane.
We were underdogs for sure, but I think we relished that. I think we kind of relished surprising people and people doubting us and wanting to prove them wrong. And it's fun. It's fun when people don't think you can do something and you kind of throw it in their face, and we enjoyed doing that.
And we knew what we did was special, but to see nobody in Atlantic hockey do it since and nobody prior, it really makes us appreciate what we did.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They weren't the most talented group, but their chemistry was unrivaled on and off the ice.
Everyone gets along so well. I've never played on a team like that where every single guy gets along with each other, and I think that played a big role in how far we went. And today, even after not seeing guys for 5-10 years, it's just like people just gel automatically like they did back then.
The memories you make aren't on the ice. They're off the ice. They're the things you do together when you're not at the rink. Obviously the accomplishments are huge, but it's the off-ice stuff we remember.
They remember the fans too, the ones that stuck with them through the ups and downs, and the ones who continue to make RIT one of the best college hockey atmospheres in the nation.
People don't really understand, how passionate they are about our program, and you can only thank them so much. Like, you can't go out and shake everyone's hand after every single game, but you wish you could. And I still show YouTube clips to my wife and my family and friends, and like, look at how crazy these guys were. 800 fans came to Detroit to cheer us on, and they don't think that we know, but we notice them every game. And they, when we were tough little spells there, they would pick us up, and it's a testament again to the fans we have.
That was a big part of, I think, why a lot of players came to RIT. Definitely for me, the atmosphere on my recruiting trip. I remember watching a Canisius game, great fans at the Ritter, great corner crew. So that was a big attraction to come here in the first place. And then that relationship with the fans kind of built over the years.
While the 2010 team didn't capture the ultimate prize, they'll still forever be connected to each other. This program, this school, and this community.
You're beyond appreciative for everything that this school has given us, from our friendships to our education, seeing some of our buddies' parents in town this weekend. Those are just memories that we'll all kind of, you get overwhelmed with when you walk on the ice, and you're really, really thankful and appreciative that you chose this program and this program chose you, and couldn't be happier to be a Tiger.
It was a special night, capped off by an incredible comeback victory by the Tigers, the current Tigers, over Canisius 2 weeks ago. Well, still to come here tonight, we'll look back on a classic finish between these two programs, Bentley and RIT, plus David Salako will join us to break down tonight's matchup. It is RIT and Bentley on the home of Tiger hockey. This is RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live.
Schmidt with a quick shot, rebound left in front and a goal. Mike Rotolo could not find the rebound, and that's Max French with his 5th of the year. Bentley takes a 1-0 lead. Powell will take it himself back into the zone. Good stick handling. Powell takes it to the corner. Mitchell now will feed it back up to Kukali. Kukali faking the blast, opposite side, quick shot and a goal! That's number 10, Brady Norris with his 1st of the year, and we're tied at 1. Here's the call from Rocky.
Goal, his 1st of the season, scored by number 10, Brady Norris.
As the call is being made, that's Jake Aldring quickly. Bentley's right back at it, 2-1.
I guess it's going to be that kind of night. But just like that, you just want to get a shot on net, and it beats Mike. See here, Aldrin takes the pass, fires it up, and wow, stick side, he beats Mike.
Brady Norris. Norris going in front, it's a goal! Brady Norris sends it right through, and the Tigers on the power play finally get it done.
And they finally solve argue, they just had him surrounded. There's Norris with the puck at the bottom of your screen. Here comes the pass. That is textbook there. He had kind of slithered it over to Jago.
French back. French misses and he taps it in. It goes off his skate in overtime. Bentley on a busted play wins this game.
Oh, a tough one for the Tigers. Bentley with one of their 6 victories in this building since it opened back in 2014. The Falcons are the only Atlantic hockey team to never lose at the Policini Center. RIT leads the overall series, a record of 14-13-3. However, Bentley has been the better team recently. Falcons unbeaten in their last 6 meetings against RIT, as we welcome you back inside the Policini Center, where the Tigers hope to snap both of Bentley streaks here tonight. You're watching RIT SportsZone pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders. Hey, just 6 games remaining in the regular season for RIT, 5 of them right here at home, where they've played well, going unbeaten in 9 of 12. As we welcome in John and Gene, will have the call for you once again here tonight. And guys, every game big down the stretch, but the Tigers can really put themselves in good playoff position with a big weekend against Bentley.
Yeah, no question, John. It's the fun time of year here.
I know we're still a few weeks away from the playoffs, but this has somewhat of a playoff feel, considering Bentley's right on the heels of RIT. RIT's trying to climb the standings. These are huge points on the table, so it does have a playoff-type atmosphere.
Yeah, as we're joined by assistant coach Dave Insalacco. Coach, appreciate your time. Coach Wilson said in the pregame earlier he's looking at this as like kind of a mini series here, so I'm sure you kind of view it the same way, that you want to get some positive points here.
That's been our mindset from the beginning of the year. Our league is so difficult. Every game is a playoff game, and you have to approach it that way as a coach and as a player.
Dave, what's some of the keys tonight? Bentley's playing well. You guys have really found your stride, and 2 really well-matched clubs. What's going to be the difference tonight in your mind?
Getting off to a good start, number one. Number two, we got to shut down their top line in particular. They probably have arguably one of the best lines in our conference, and their second line is pretty good as well. And obviously for us, staying out of the box and staying disciplined, like to keep it to 4 penalties or less.
What are your thoughts on Logan Drackett? Because the beginning of the year was a house of fire, coming down a little bit once the calendar flipped there, Dave.
Well, he got off to a great start, and it was hard, obviously, to sustain that. And, you know, himself and our team, we went through a little lull there in November, towards the end of December, and then we were able to right the ship the last weekend, the first semester against Mercyhurst, and he's played really, really well as of late. So we're hoping that continues, because he's a big part of our team, and he's a big part of why we're successful.
Coach, good luck getting 3 points tonight. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Dave Insalacco, assistant coach for RIT.
It's going to be fun tonight. And this is a playoff series. You're right. It's a mini playoff series. 6 points on the line. Huge 2 games here for both clubs.
As we take a look here at our players to watch for Bentley, and you heard Coach say there are 2 lines you really got to consider with. Jonathan Desbiens, this guy's still here? In freshman year, he had a hat trick.
Well, he's on
his
8th. This is his 8th year with Bentley. He has 47 goals. I mean, he's unbelievable. This had the hat trick last week, so he is a game changer. They've got 2 really good lines. His second line with number 21 is dangerous. He's a great player.
Yeah, last time Bentley was here, Desbiens had the game-winning goal in both nights. So let's not have a repeat of that. For the RIT Tigers, coming off the weekend where they got 4 of 6 down at Robert Morris, and it was a nice weekend, certainly for Jake Hammaker.
A couple of goals last weekend. He's really played well. He's really had a good year when you look at his numbers. Hammaker has been solid on that second line. He's got 13 assists, 7 goals to go with 20 points. Anchors that second line with Moretz and Gonzalez. I think Hammaker has been dynamic all season long. There's some great matchups tonight on both sides. This is going to be a great hockey game.
Yeah, so great hockey game, John. What has to happen for a Tiger win?
Well, it's really one game at a time, but let's remember what today is. It's St. Valentine's Day. So my one and only, that's right. I mean, come on. You look at it. You got to take one game at a time. 5 of the next 6 at home. The Bentley breakup, right? No Rose tonight for Bentley. I mean, think about it. They're 6-0 in this building. That can't happen. And let's talk about young love, right? You look at some of the young players for RIT. They have delivered. When you look at all the different goal scorers that they have, Nicholson got in on the action last week. This is a young team that is getting better and better with more ice time. Valentine's Day, buddy.
I know, Kevin, if you do not like puns, tonight's broadcast on Valentine's night might not be for you.
I love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day.
Love you more, Kev. Love you more.
We'll see you soon. We'll wrap things up here from next. This is RIT SportsZone pregame live.